welcome back to Genuine Nonsense. I'm Kelly MacFarland, your host. Thank you to 2MB Studios for hosting Genuine Nonsense, your weekly Monday night romp through my brain. And I'm glad that you're joining us this week. We had our first show last week, which was a huge success as far as pilots go. We ran real long and we had a good time and we had wonderful conversation. We had our guest Kathe Foster was here, and we also had a surprise guest. As you know, or if you don't know, the format of our show works this way. I'm Kelly MacFarland. I will tell you all things Kelly MacFarland or whatever's banging around in there. And then we'll move into a guest that I've booked. And then we'll have a guest that the producers booked. And I have no idea who it is. I have no idea who it's going to be this week. Last week, it was a wonderful Broadway theater stage actor, Kevin, and he was wonderful and fantastic. And if you want to see that interview, you can catch the last episode on 2MB on YouTube. So something interesting that's going on this week. I'm a little more relaxed. I don't know if you can got my relaxed hair on. In the spirit of being genuine, I need to tell you that I have had to enlist a co-host this week. Now, she's a good friend, and you'll probably see her pop up on this show quite often because, as I mentioned last week, I'm in the middle of my colonoscopy prep for tomorrow. This is a test that if I'm not even going to describe it because it's not fun. So I didn't know how I'd be feeling, and I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I'm kind of a trooper. I mean, I'm a trooper anyway. I'm pretty tough. Diet ginger ale, not Chardonnay. I don't drink Chardonnay. Pretty tough, but she's going to be joining me in just a moment. My very good friend, Kathe Farris, is here to help co-host. And you know what? Let's not delay. Let's bring her in right now. She's here. I want her here. Let's do it. Hi, Kathe.
Hi, this is Chardonnay, not ginger ale. It's Monday, right?
Kathe, thank you so much for coming in today and helping me run support, right? I can't thank you enough. I think it's just such
Listen, I get it. I totally get it. And I feel very honored that you asked me to do this because, I would have given you a hard time if you didn't ask me to do it.
Thank you. Just to tell our viewers a little bit about Kathe Farris. Kathe Farris is a brilliant comedian. We've been working together for a while now, and she's also a very good friend. We do a show called The 4 O'Clock Funnies with Jane Condon on Thursdays at 4 p.m. on Wise Her Facebook page, and that also feeds out into that universe on Facebook. And also, Kathe, you host a show called Farris and Friends, and that's on the Comedy Studio format page, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing that. Find that online all week, right? That's how it is now. I just feel like it's been forever, everybody.
We're so tired of this, everyone. It's funny that you say that because I feel I had a thought today. I'm also very hungry. You can't eat at all. So the last time I ate was the last time I ate. Poor thing, right? I'll be okay. My cheeks are filled with bacon. My husband brought home a giant sub today for dinner, and I love sandwiches. I don't know if you know this about me, but I love sandwiches, and so I'm very fidgety too.
Me too.
I can't stop moving today. I feel like if I stop moving, I'm gonna fall asleep. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm
the same way, Cal. Construction workers and sandwiches, forget it. Get it.
Hand me.
No willpower.
Stand me down. It's interesting because I was talking about how I feel pretty good considering, and I feel like, women are really strong. And that's a great segue into, I wanted to do a little toast with you tonight. Not to pour any out because we're on computers and she wouldn't want us to do that, but rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not that I'm not rooting for you. I think I'm so glad you're doing okay and stuff, but
thanks.
I think there's nothing more than better than a dramatic online show. So stay tuned, you guys. Let's see how this thing goes.
I feel like it's over for the moment.
Okay.
If you're young and you have no idea what a colonoscopy is, again, Google it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not your mother. I'm not going to do it.
It's a lot of fun.
It's whatever. It's fine.
No, I think it's overrated. It's just overrated. It's like prom. It's overrated. Okay.
Okay. I don't know why you're saying it's. I don't think it's underrated. I think people should do it for their health, right?
It's exactly like prom.
You only have to do it every 10 years too. And I just did one last year because just for whatever, I had to get one done. And
what are you going for, that like presidential health award or something? What's that? Physical fitness? What are you doing?
No, I know, because technically you have to wait till you have your first one when you turn 50. I am not 50. Not that there's anything wrong with being 50. I'm close to 50 or closer to 50.
Listen, I applaud you for doing it for this reason, that I got mine done, but my husband, he did one of those poop in the box things.
No, I can't.
And here's the thing. People think, oh, this is a great idea. It is. Think the whole thing through, because someone's got to bring that box to FedEx because it doesn't fit into those drop-in boxes.
One time, this is years ago, I had a day job and I worked in years ago. And you know what's funny is that I think a lot of people say that now, but years ago I had a day job, like a one in the city, one in Boston, and I worked in downtown Crossing. So if anybody knows that area in Boston, it's very busy. Like all the commuters, the trains kind of come together there. And
it's vendors.
And I had to bring a stool sample from first thing in the morning to my doctor's office, which was like 2 blocks away. And so I had it in a brown lunch bag because that's what they tell you to put it in. I mean, it was in a container in a brown lunch bag. But when people come up from the train arriving, it's crazy. And there's like messengers on bikes and traffic. And I'm like, it took everything I had not to be like, oh God, you do not want to bump me with this. This is not.
No, honestly, like if you're going to have that kind of luggage, it's on the red line. Good for you.
Yes, fair.
Good for you.
So yeah, I just kind of like bobbed and weaved it through traffic. And I was like, I made it. And they didn't give me as much credit as I feel like I deserved. Like when you bob and weave and jet through busy streets with your own shit in a bag, you should be commended for that.
There should be some kind of award or medal or parade or a fun run, something. Something.
A fun run. I agree. Well, we have such a great guest to start the show off this week. Thank you again, Kathe, for being here. Kathe, will you tell people where they can find your show, please?
On the internet. No, Farris and Friends is at thecomedystudio.com. You can go check us out there. It's a free show on Tuesdays. And like, free, it's probably not that good. Are you kidding? It's fantastic.
So good.
There's snack cakes. There's other people. It's great.
It's so good. I've done your show before and I love it. Yeah, and I will do it again anytime. Great. And Kathe, where can people find you on the internet? Because they're going to fall in love with you because everybody who does.
Well, you turn on your computer, you log in, you put your sign in, www, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
KatheFarris.com. Just Kathe Farris, like Kathe Farris, anything Kathe Farris.
Perfect. Hey, Maddie.
I'm here for you if you need me. I'm here tonight.
No, stay. I want you to stay and hang out. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie is our producer.
Oh,
so wonderful. KatheFarris.com.
Oh, that's okay. I can ask questions as well. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to have you here. I'm not going to just have you sit there. That's crazy.
Well, thank you.
We're also really, really good friends with our guest, this guest that I'm bringing on first. I'm so excited that he's stopping by. And every time I see him, my heart skips a beat. We have been friends for many years. He's so talented and brilliant. And I could give all of his credits, but I want to talk to him about it. I think it's just so much more fun to let him gush a little bit. He is a wonderful stand-up comedian. Please put your hands together at home in your house for Mike Kaplan.
Hey, please let me tell you all of my credits. Thank you. You know, that's the kind of hospitality that you don't always get. Because, like, for example, Rick Jenkins at the Comedy Studio, of course, my beloved comedy club home, where I first started performing, where so many shows of yours are still happening, have happened. And sometimes I feel like Rick will give me the longest introduction full of all of my credits, plus credits that he has only imagined, like the truth, the whole truth, and many things that aren't the truth. So
I've also had that introduction by Rick Jenkins, and in my heart, I believe that that's just what he wanted for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, when he gives me a good credit, like, you may recognize her from the Carson show. I'm like, well, that's...
I've never had any of that. So
Kath, I'm
I'll do it right
sorry.
now. This comedian, this co-host of the show, has been seen on every iteration of The Tonight Show, from Leno to Conan to Fallon to Jack Parr to Carson.
Oh my
being guest hosted by Gary Shandling at times, or Joan Rivers.
Mike, you killed it. You nailed it. All right, I don't want to waste any time because you're a very important person and people love you and you're in demand. Let's get to the point why you're here. It's 3 points. I came up with them today while I was thinking about eating anything. 1, I love you dearly. You're a dear friend of mine. We've known each other a long time, and you're quality human. You are. If you had a tag, and I was to read your tag, it would say 100% quality human.
Oh my! Like, instead of cotton.
Correct.
Yes.
Or polyblend.
Yeah.
It would say 100% quality human.
I think I saw that on Wikipedia, but keep going.
In the past, I also would have said that perhaps polyblend used to be what my label would have been.
All right. Yes, that's true. We don't have time, though, for all of that. Oh my gosh, Mike, that's my favorite thing that's ever come up when I've interviewed you. I feel like during the pandemic, Mike, I've spent more time with you online, which has been so great. And I love it so much. Okay, number 2.
Yes.
You have a ton of credits. And the reason I didn't list them all is because I really want to focus on number 3.
Yes.
And number 3 is you have an album out and we're trying to get this thing nominated for a Grammy. Tell us everything.
Thank you so much. The album is called AKA, and number 1, I would love for anyone who enjoys fun to listen. If you don't like fun, that's fine. You don't have to. Like, that's not for everybody. But I've been doing comedy for about 18 years. And it's my 5th-ish album of stand-up, and I think it's the best one that I've made, my favorite one. I'm very proud of it. And so it came out a few months ago, earlier this year, 2020. I believe a few months ago, back billions of years ago as well. And it's hard to...
Wait, were we outside or were we inside?
Oh, it's hard to... I was outside most of today. That's why I'm still wearing this hat, because I have outside hair.
I love it.
And my hair is inside because I was outside. So
that's correct.
So this album exists, and you can listen to it. You can, stream it and download it, and all the ways that you're on the internet right now. I have great faith that you can find Mike Kaplan's album called AKA, and so now it has been submitted to the Grammys in hopes of being considered for a nomination. So the process now, I believe the first round of voting begins September 30th. So if you are a Grammy voter, then I would ask you, why don't you try listening to the album? I think you'll enjoy listening to it. If you aren't a Grammy voter, I also recommend listening. Or also, if you know Grammy voters, I would recommend, why not ask them if they have listened to it, recommend it to them. And if you don't even know if you know any Grammy voters, why not tell everyone that you know to listen, just in case, and tell them to let everyone know. And eventually we'll get it all the way to Kevin Bacon. But the point is, all that we want, there are various hashtags that I've been recommended to use, that I have used on Facebook and all the places. There are tweets, there are Instagram posts, there's Grammy hashtags and For Your Consideration and Recording Academy. You can use any of these. You can use all of them. I created my own, which is Grammike, which is just Grammy with Mike at the end, spelled the way that I do. You can say Grammy Q if you want to. It's pretty fun. And so you can just spread the word, share the things, like whatever you like, or I just want people to listen. Anyone who would enjoy it, I want them to listen. I think a lot of people could enjoy it. And sincerely, as they say, you might have heard this, it is just an honor to be submitted, to be considered, to be nominated. So,
Mike, will you tell people why the album is called AKA, please?
Oh, I would be happy to. Thank you. What a wonderful host you both are. So the album is an hour of comedy that I recorded last year and was up until that point for the past 3 years before that, workshopping and getting into the shape that it was eventually in to be recorded, including bringing it to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, where I performed it as, it is an hour of stand-up comedy. And also it is more like a one-person show than any other. It's more cohesive than anything else that I'd ever created before. And so it had a name. Sometimes you name an album, sometimes you name an hour or a show. And so it was being toured under the name All Killing Aside, because the topics covered, the main themes are love, compassion, and not murdering. And so, all killing aside, that is the idea of it. Perfect name for an album, except that it turned out we were going to be releasing it mid-pandemic, when there are perhaps reasons to not focus on death and the things, even if you're like, but no, I'm saying not murder, not death, not that. So I talked to my album's producer named Dominic, and I was just going to
say, can we give them just a quick pause and do it? Dominic, and he owns a company called Blonde Medicine, great production company. Check it out. If you go online, you'll see a lot of great comedians just like Mike Kaplan, but go on, please.
Oh, of course. And do you know Blonde Medicine? You can remember the name of the label, the record label, because Dominic Del Bene is his name, and you just have to scramble all the letters into Blonde Medicine. And that's they're all the letters of Dominic Del Bene, and that was done by our good friend Zach Sherwin. Check out his work also. But first, continue to check out what's happening here, which is, so I talked to Dom, and he brought up the idea, like maybe having killing in the name of, maybe having a Rage Against the Machine song as your album is not the thing to do at this particular time of uncertainty for many people, financially, emotionally, medically, spiritually, politically. And so we thought, so I talked to my album producer. I talked to also my me producer. That's my mother. So I talked to Mom and Dom, and I was like, what should we do? And my mom was like, what about calling it All Kidding Aside? And I'm like, that's great. We'll put down. We're brainstorming. We're spitballing. And we ultimately decided on AKA because it's short for All Kidding Aside for my mom, All Killing Aside for the original title, and also known as, which is what this new title is, also known as All Killing Aside, or AKA, which is essentially my name, Mike Kaplan, is as a stage name, a kind of AKA as well for my given name, Michael Adam Kaplan. And here we are almost to the end of this sort of Ask Me Anything, the Michael Adam Kaplan, AKA, also known as, and All Killing Aside. This has basically been my AKA, MAK, AMA. And so the album came out on the 8th of May. I hope you'll find it A-OK and consider voting it for a Grammy today or whenever the day of the Grammys may be.
I mean, Mike, I could not adore you more. I'm pretty basic. Like we talk about this. And I'm so tickled by Mike's comedy and really we met when you first started, and you were playing guitar and singing songs. And I wanted to tell you that the other day I was driving in my car and I heard one of your songs with Micah.
Oh my.
On one of the radio channels on Sirius. And my heart went. And I just think it's so wonderful that now you're going to get a Grammy and probably a mansion. So I'm really excited.
I'm excited about his acceptance speech. I mean, if this is just the promo speech, Like this.
They're gonna play you out, Mike.
I can only hopefully with music that I created with Micah, and like, oh my God, are they? How is that? And then I join in, and I'm playing myself off the stage while also being on the stage or in the pit. I will say, if I may, first of all of those rhymes. I'm not saying that it's easy to rhyme like Nicki Minaj, but if you do change everything so the vowel is A, you do have an easier time of it. Maybe, But,
yes. Go on, friend.
The thing that I think I want to say, is just that it is an honor, a pleasure, a delight to have created this thing that I love so much, that I'd love for everyone to hear and know about. And of course, like, there's so many wonderful pieces of art in the world of all kinds that do or don't get the official recognition. A friend of mine was like, I would love to help you get that shiny metal statue, and I was like, oh yeah, they should be, all the awards should just be called the Shinies. And so I'm trying to get a shiny. My family is behind me. Oh, shiny behind me. My father, like, he's like, I can't believe you've been nominated for a Grammy. I'm like, oh, that's great that you can't believe it, because actually that the nominations have not officially happened yet. That's what we're he's like, no, to me, you have been and so I got a text from his he has a brother, so my aunt and uncle texted me, and they're like, did we hear correctly that you have been nominated for an Emmy? And I was like, even farther, it's like the game of telephone. And like, is it possible that you're in the movie Gremlins, which we call Grammys? Like, oh my God. Yeah, so please vote for me to be in the new reboot of Gremlins called The Grammys.
Oh my gosh,
I like that.
Yes. Mike, can we throw that up there one more time so everybody knows what Mike Kaplan's album is called? And also, we could probably just badger the internet with your hashtag Graham Mike, which is GRAMMYQ.
That's it.
I love it. Mike, thank you for stopping by. Is there anything else you want to tell people before you go?
I mean, I'm just like you. I am always happy to see you. You are happy to see me. I'm happy. I'm always happy to see myself. And right before I see myself out, I just wanted to say thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see both of you. I hope you have a great. I like that. This is the last thing that I'll say. I didn't know. I knew that I was a guest booked by you. I didn't know that there was a surprise guest not booked by you.
Yeah.
And so to me, that was a surprise. And I like that you said, for anyone watching who didn't know that that's how the show works, it's also a surprise to you. Also, I'd like to say thank you to anyone, like during the beginning of the show, before I came on, I joined the watch party and I invited people to join the watch party on Facebook. So whoever, and I was just like, oh, these people are on, click, click, click. I'm like inviting people from my teenage summer camp years and college and other comedians who might be doing their own shows and things. Like, whoever came here and is still here, thank you. Send me a message. Let's continue to be friends, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, Mike, anytime. Will you come back and do the show again?
I'll come back every week as a surprise to you, even if you tell me not to.
Yes.
I'd love to anytime. Thank you so much.
Mike, I adore you. Thank you so much for coming by. Good luck with it. I'm gonna start. Yeah, we're doing this, Kathe. We gotta. I mean, I'm not a Grammy voter, but I'm gonna make it happen.
We probably know Grammy voters. We just don't even know we know Grammy voters. So we've got to get on that.
It's true. It's true. Mike Kaplan is so wonderful. Bye, Mike. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, if you haven't seen Mike's stuff, please check him out. If you just Google him,
he's beyond words. He's just beyond, like, this was just a taste.
Yeah.
This was him improv. Can you imagine what he's like when he's like,
yeah,
workshopping this for a year?
He's one of my favorite people to like. Mike sends emails, which is like so lovely. You know what I mean?
And so 1998. I love
it though. And he'll send an email and it's always so heartfelt and lovely. And he's just, he's got a really big heart and he's a really cool guy. So if you like all that wordplay, man, this is the person for you.
And he's not a jerk and he's really funny.
He's not a jerk.
Right?
Yes. Oh, he's
a big deal, and he's very
nice.
kind.
He's a nice guy. We did a lot of name dropping during that interview. I'm not going to lie. We were talking about blonde medicine, Zach Sherwin. Yeah, it was that was really, really fun. I'm so glad that he stopped by.
Yeah,
I'm doing good. If you want to check in with me.
Are you?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I haven't gotten up, so.
I keep looking at you and then Dolly and then you and then Dolly. I'm like,
oh,
it's going good.
If you tuned in last week, I showed off my Dolly picture, which my friend Liz Roderick had given to me, and I hung it up so that I could have her as inspiration with me all the time.
I love it.
She's great. I'm a
what's this? Oh, this is my cork of Kelly MacFarland.
So Kathe, that cork person.
I know it bothers you.
It doesn't bother me. I like her. It's me. Her hair's just really yellow and I work really hard. Who's with her? Is that you?
Yeah. Oh, I can't do it right.
Wait,
yeah.
There you go. You did it.
Yeah, because I grew my hair out.
Oh, yeah. We have to. So Kathe does cork people.
Cork people.
And it's on gocorkyourself.com. Will you please show them our favorite cork person? And I know you know.
Brendan Dassey?
Yeah, Brendan Dassey.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted Linda for my prayer group. No, this is Brendan. Basically, I started these. This is the guy, Brendan Dassey, from Making of a Murderer. I do wrongfully convicted. I paint portraits of the wrongfully convicted on cork people because I don't do fun runs. I don't have a lot of follow through. But what I can do is paint cork people.
They're great.
Yeah, thanks.
We did a Scott Peterson one recently too that I thought was really good, and you were a little critical of yourself.
He's guilty, so
so we can't include him. You know, speaking of being guilty, I segues. I haven't eaten you guys. So
oh my God! If you keep jumping in, I'm just gonna lose it, but probably not.
No, I don't think so.
I know. But just even having that soundbite will probably get a lot of views.
You know, it's true.
Yeah.
Hashtag Graham Mike. So listen, 2MB would like to have cork people, I think. Graham Mike. So listen, I want to just tee up our next segment. We do different segments on the show, and we're still kind of figuring it out and getting our footing. So I appreciate all of you that are back for the second week in a row. Thank you for coming back to the show to check it out. And also, if you're here for the first time, thank you for bearing with us. This is week 2, episode 2. I'm Kelly MacFarland. If you're just joining us, Kathe Farris is running co-host tonight, and we're having a good time. And this next segment, we had it at the tail end of the show last week with Peg Nuts, and she was wonderful. I've moved this segment up with upon the recommendation of the producers. We've moved this segment to earlier in the show, and this week. Yeah, it's great. And this segment is called, Oh, how about that?
You got to do that again. I really like that. Can you
For sure.
Right.
This segment's called, Oh, how about that? This is a commentary segment. You want it again? Because I feel like you want it again. Does anybody want it again? Because here it is.
You do.
Oh, how about that? And I do linger at the end because I think it's important. You know what I mean? It's super important. Yeah. Okay. This week's commentary guest is great. We're going to get a little bit of information about back to school and kids and some DIY from our very special guest. Please welcome Rita Ann McNally. Rita Ann.
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Kelly. Hi. Oh, my God. Nice to see you. Hey.
Do you want me to intro you again, or are you good?
No, fuck it.
All right. Rita Ann McNally.
Hey. Hey, guys. Kelly, I got to say, I'm a big-time fan of yours. I saw you on Comics Come Home. I pissed myself laughing, and it's not the first time I pissed myself in the garden, but I'll tell you what, it was the best time I pissed myself in the garden. Am I right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Kathe, I've seen you do stuff, and I think you're amazing. And I'm happy and proud to be here with such esteemed lady folks.
Thank you. Well, we're going to take a step back and you take it away. This is your moment. This is your segment.
Wonderful.
Go for it.
Wonderful. Before we get going, you said that we were going to talk about some stuff. True. I do want to clear the air about some stuff here on National Computer Vision, but my husband, Dougie, seems to blame COVID-19 on myself. He's saying it's some sort of karma bullshit for me going down on Tommy Donaldson back in 1992 in the parking lot of Applebee's in Sharon. And I just got to say a couple things to clear the air. A, it happened. Get over it. B, I was of age and we wasn't even dating yet, so go fuck yourself. And 3, my eyes was open the whole time, and everybody knows open-eyed blowies don't count. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows it wasn't my fault that we got this COVID thing, right? But here's the thing. It is. It's happening, right? We can't deny that it's happening, and everybody's going like fucking crazy about it. But the thing is I feel like there's something here that we can make some more positive choices, right? Like we can find the silver lining in this whole playbook and do some fun stuff. So my kids are going back to school, and everybody's freaked out about the whole going back to school thing. And I'm worried, but I'm not worried. You see, my kid Connor, he's golden. He's going to be fine. That kid, he is the captain of his hockey team. He is in perfect fucking health. Not worried about him. My daughter, Gina, I'm a little concerned about her. Now, I'm not so much worried about her respiratory health on account of her barrel chest and everything. Like, she's got some wicked big lungs in there, so I don't think she's going to have any trouble breathing. The thing is she's always had some trouble with her outward beauty. Let's say it that way. She doesn't quite fit into this world, and it's not her fault. And part of that is on me. You name a kid Gina with a Y to be different, thinking that hair lips go away, and they don't. Turns out, and with Gina with a Y and a face like that, you're gonna have some nicknames. Kids are cruel, but so that one's on me. Sorry about it. Here's the thing. Gina's always had troubles making friends. I knew this since she was just a kid. One day, she was just a wee, cute, weird little thing. And she says to me that she's going outside in the front yard to play with her friends. Her best friend in the whole wide world. And I think, fucking Christ, great. She's got a best friend. I love it. I go outside 10 minutes later, and she's having a real deep talk with Mary on the half shell in our fucking front lawn. So her best friends are imaginary. Great. So I see this whole COVID thing as a great opportunity. As my mom always said, when life gets shitty and real bad, be better. So I am calling this segment, I know you got your own name and everything, but I'm calling it Be Better, because I think that we can all be better. And what better time than during COVID when we can elevate our positives. So like with Gina, right? She has the problem with her offsetting countenance. So I thought, why not capitalize on the good parts? We're all wearing masks, right? And I know it's a political thing. Some people don't believe it's important. I do. Wear a fucking mask. Who the fuck cares? Here's the thing. If you're fucking ugly, like my daughter is, then you have an opportunity to capitalize on your good parts. Now, she's got one beautiful eye. And yeah, it is just one. The other one's a little, she's got one wonky eye. It's kind of like my cousin Fitzy. It's lazy, a little bit queer. But so if we capitalize on that one good eye and wear a mask that maybe helps her facial features, then we can have fun with it and she'll be okay. So this is what I'm proposing. I'm going to start with an example. So what we're doing here is we are making masks. And the beautiful thing about masks, oh shit, I'm dropping shit, is that you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. So I always thought Julia Roberts was really beautiful, right? So all you got to do, staple Julia Roberts' face onto your mask, and now you're fucking hot shit, right? This is great. So I want to show you a real simple, and there's lots of different ways you can do this. It's fucking crafts, right? It's arts and crafts. Do whatever the fuck you want, right? Make yourself feel good. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take another one of my heroes, one Miss Shelley Long, and I'm going to show you exactly how this goes. Go on the internet. Find whatever picture of your favorite person you like, print it out, right? Now, you can go to Michael's. Be real careful, because Michael's is like Target, right? You got to go in and you got to have those blinders on, because otherwise you walk out like with $150 worth of paint, and you're thinking, why did I buy this menorah? I don't even know how to crochet. So just make sure you go into what you want. What you want to do is you want to get iron-on transfers, right? So you get iron-on transfers. You can print right on this shit. It's amazing what technology does these days. So get your picture, make it smaller, cut out the face, iron it on. Here's a trick, though. You got to make sure your iron is wicked fucking hot, because if it doesn't, it's going to get all torn up and like sort of pockmarky, and then you're going to look worse than you started. So don't do that shit. Michael's also has some good masks on sale. I found these, which was good. They are $7.99, which I think personally is too expensive for masks. So, but what you can do, you could iron directly on them. So, because sometimes, I mean, it kind of looks like underwear that I used to have. But what you could do, you could iron right on it. But I thought $8 for a mask, don't want to fucking ruin that. So I'm not going to. Instead, what I did was I bought some kids' T-shirts, right? You can buy kids' T-shirts. I was going to use Dougie's, but they got all sorts of pit stains on them, and it's fucking gross. So I decided not to do that. Instead, I bought $2.99. I got an extra large kit. So some chunky kid isn't going to have his shirt. But you know what? I'm going to have some wicked good masks, and that's okay. So you get your mask. This one has like a fun little print on it. So what you do, then you cut it out. You do your iron-on transfer. You cut it out. Then you take your glue gun. Now, you got to be careful with glue gun. If you got any sort of falsies on, you're going to stick to everything, and you are going to burn yourself. But you take your glue gun, and it's hard for me to show this to you. I'm going to burn myself. But so you're gonna drip it on. Sometimes you gotta get the thing on there. So you just drip it on, and then then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and lay it down. Now I could do a better job of this, but I'm not gonna. And then now I'm gorgeous, fucking gorgeous, right? Am I right? Look at me. Look at this. Now,
amazing.
Guys, there's so much fun that you can have with this, because it's do it your fucking self. And you could be any one of the people that you think is most beautiful. Like you could be Bobby Orr. Huh? What do you think of that? What I wouldn't do to have him on my face, am I right? You could be another hero, Larry Bird. Huh? You could be a hometown hero, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. God rest my fucking soul. Tiny but mighty. You could have fun with it. You could be Baby Yoda if you want. You could. One thing that I do love is if you've got different emotions during the day, you could do a front and a back seats for these sorts of things, right? So like you could be Bill Belichick, right? You could be Bill Belichick when he's happy, right? Or you could be Bill Belichick when he's sad. You could do whatever you want. And you can even get real fucking fancy with it. See, I was working on this one because I was thinking we don't always get time to you can't always eat and drink, but hold on. Oh, I had this working before. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, son of a mother. Oh, there's a hole. Where's the hole?
Just visualize you're at Applebee's.
There you go.
I mean,
I got a bucket. And you can, don't worry, this is mostly Bailey's. I know what you're thinking. But here's the thing. I'm still working on this one because right now it mostly looks like a cat's anus. So I can't figure out how to make it work. But if you want to give a kitty a colonic, Kelly, I know you do.
I do.
That's an option. So yeah, guys, make some good stuff. I'm available all the time on Gmail. I'm at Rita Ann McNally 92 at gmail.com. You can send me all sorts of ideas for DIY because I fucking love making stuff. So Yeah, you know,
Brilliant.
be better.
Brilliant.
That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Rita Ann, thank you so much. Now, listen, I know that this was just one of your many DIYs that you have. You're going to be back on the show, though, to give us more, right?
Fuck yeah. Oh my God, I make so much shit here. It's like I've got stock in Michael's and yarn.
Now, what I'd really love to do is if I could,
Yeah.
I'd love to lock and load you to come back for the Halloween show so that you can show us some crafts during that week. Would you like to do that? I would love it. It would be awesome.
It's like it's right after my birthday, and Halloween is my favorite fucking time of the year.
I had a feeling.
It would be an honor. I would. Yeah.
Rita Ann McNally, everyone. Thank you so much, Rita Ann, for coming. Mwah. Oh, your nails look so good. She's a hoot.
Kelly, I started doing an Instagram poll when she started doing this to see if people actually thought she did start the COVID. Now, 92% feel like Rita is the reason, but they love her and they'll probably come back for the Halloween thing. So,
I mean, I learned a lot just now. I learned, blowies with your eyes open don't count. Open eye blowies. Who knew? I did not know that. Wonderful. That was great. Rita Ann McNally, also known as Kristina Smarz, our very good, very talented, amazing comedian actor friend. Wonderful job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these segments,
you don't even have to get Botox, you just get a mask, right?
It's great. Yeah, I love that.
Transforming.
Yes. Transformed and fulfilled. And that segment was called, do you want to do it with me, Kathe?
Okay, I don't know what it is.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, can we do it again because I have a bad memory? Ready?
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, how about
that?
I don't know what happened to my eye there.
It's okay.
It's
Eventually, I'll have my own lead-in songs, but I haven't figured that out yet. I mean, it's only week 2, everyone.
Like you have to. You have so much challenges oozing into each thing.
Thank you so much, Cap. Okay, this is the part of the show that's we're just moving right along tonight too, which I feel great about. I think
you're doing great, by the way. Like, can I just
great?
Like, I think you're just being a pro about this whole thing with the personal situation, but also with the segment and the lights, and it's
I feel good. I feel good. I feel like
I'm on Ellen. I think this is how like the guests on Ellen feel.
Well, okay. I'm not going to give any prizes.
Okay. What about
I also did just get a virtual note from the producer saying that Rita Ann McNally 92@gmail.com is actually Rita Ann's email address. That's legit. So if you'd like to have Rita Ann back on the show and show us more DIY, please email her with projects and crafts. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Maddie. All right. So this next guest, this is a segment that we call Nice to Meet Ya.
Oh.
Nice to meet ya. This is the part of the show where Nice to meet ya. The producers have booked a guest for me to interview. I have no idea who it is. I don't have any idea what they do. I don't know what their craft is. I don't know anything about them. So yeah, I know it seems scary, Kathe, but it's super fun.
I have a lot of enemies and I'm just nervous.
Well, we'll take you out if it's an enemy. But one of my favorite things to do in the whole world is to connect with the new people. And I grump a lot that I don't like people. However, I do. I love people. And I think that the more people connect on a human to human level, we will have a better world. So this next segment is called Nice to Meet Ya. And let's bring that guest in. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Jessica Dunaway.
Yeah.
How are you? Yes, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Kelly. This is Kathe.
Oh, hi. No one's ever met before. Hi. Oh, good. We're not enemies. Nice to meet you, Jessica.
Nice to meet you. Now, Jessica, I have some questions that I like to ask to get to know you. So first and foremost, where are you right now? What city? What state?
I am in Allston, Massachusetts, the glorious state of Massachusetts.
That's awesome. And so are you based out of the Boston area?
I am, yes.
You are? Okay, great. And
college and everything.
oh, there we go. And so tell me, what is your craft? What's your art? Tell me everything.
Yeah. So I'm a local actor. I'm also a burlesque performer. That's what I primarily do. So, just been hanging tight and mostly performing on phone screens for the past 8 months, which has been pretty cool.
As stand-up comedians, we're in the same boat. So we feel you 100%. I've never been more thankful for, like, I have a really great selection of tops. I'm guessing as a burlesque dancer, though, you are showing more than just your tops.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have to wear pants. In fact, you shouldn't be wearing pants. That's kind of the whole bit, but you can't do the dress up on the bottom or dress up on the top and not on the bottom. It doesn't fly. Right. Whole thing or nothing.
Have you been doing
my complaint about stand-up is I feel like that's what it should have always been. Right? Yeah. Just wear a blazer and nothing.
Just Winnie the Pooh style the whole time. So tell us about your, I know that you know producer Matt Fear. So how do you know Matt?
Yeah, so we performed in a Gold Dust Orphan show together this past Christmas. It was a really good time. It was Christmas on Uranus. And I was Lost in Space. I don't know if you're familiar, but it was based pretty heavily off of that. And so I was the role of the daughter Penny.
Nice.
Yeah, historically the most interesting Lost in Space character.
Of course. Yeah. It's always funny when I meet new people, especially because I've been working in Boston for so long. You look familiar to me. So I've seen you on the burlesque scene, or I've seen you perform other places. Where might I have seen you perform?
Definitely possible. I don't know if you've ever gone to Smoke and Shadows at the Rockwell. I know that is something that the producer Elsa Riot brings in a lot of comedians to that as well. And we get a lot of people coming into that. So I've performed and stage kittened there a couple times. That's the fancy, sexy word for picking up people's clothes.
Love it. Meow! I got your song.
What do you mean by that? Like you pick up people, you call the stage kitten if you pick up people's clothes? Because I do that I call myself that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not? You can just walk around the house. You can just wear your blazer and nothing else and just be picking up your clothes. You're good. That qualifies.
I think that totally works. I also have to pick up a lot of clothes, and I'm just going to meow the whole time. That's what I'm going to do going forward. So you've been doing. Can people find you online right now? And this is a two-parter. And are you? How long have I have so many questions now. Once it starts, it's hard to shut me down. So let's come back to where people can find you online. I want to know, when did you start doing burlesque and acting? When did you start doing that?
I started acting when I was like 13 or so. I'm local to Boston. I've always been local to the North Shore. And I started up, then and kind of just like caught the theater bug and kept going. Went to local musical theater conservatory and all of that good stuff. And I was finding that like a lot of the things that I did, I just didn't have like the agency that I wanted to have, to like really be able to sort of create your own material. And I've always been a naked person, like never not a naked person. So it just really fits super well. And I was working with the Gold Dust Orphans, and I also pole dance pretty extensively. Nice. And so I had this whole bit where I would like sing and then pole dance as Fontaine from Liz, and it went over real big. And so I was like, wow, this is great. I can just like keep doing this. And so I started doing this thing where I would wreck your childhood numbers. So I did like Elsa from Frozen, and I did Annie from Little Orphan Annie, stuff where I would like sing, strip, continue to sing kind of
Oh my
Oh,
God.
it's like kindred spirits here. Jeez. I don't know if you've seen RX, but it's like exactly that.
You know, and I've
parties.
I've always said that Fontine's life would have been very different if she had just got on the pole. You know what I mean? Like, now I
read that in New York Times.
yes. So wait a second. I have a question. Were you on Hello World with Matt?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, now I'm doing it. I'm putting it together. I saw you perform pole dancing on Hello World. You did, right?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh, and it was beautiful. It was so amazing. Yes.
The things that's been like keeping me like sane during quarantine, because it's just like someone like throw it in my living room, you know what I mean, and go like flip upside down a couple times and be like, all right, I'm good, like everything's all better now. So
I mean, I remember saying to Matt after that show, your fitness ability is insane. Like, I went to a pole dancing class once for a bachelorette party, and I could not get off the ground. Like, I'm only 4'11", so like it's not, but I'm not a hopper. I can't like get up there. And you were all over the pole, and it's just amazing to watch. It was very beautiful.
And they make it look easy. Like, I need a helmet. Like, that's a head injury.
Sometimes too. You know, the things that like make it to Instagram or like make it to performances are very well rehearsed, but like the things to get to those things are usually very ugly. Like it's pretty bad. You know, because until your body knows what it's doing, you're kind of just flailing around upside down and like hoping for the best. And like worse, you just have to like look at your boobs and like hope you don't break your neck when you fall.
Are my toes pointed? I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's amazing. So did you any other acro type of things? Any silks or hoop or anything like that?
I have tried out aerial silks a time or two, and it just didn't work for me in the same way as pole. I got a lot of piercings, and there were like lots of things getting stuck. It wasn't working out.
Oh my gosh, I love that answer so much. Yes, that's fine.
I think that silks and lyra are so beautiful, but my body just has like always taken better to pole, and it's kind of just been the thing that I like stuck with. So, you know, if it ain't broke, right? I made it my mission this quarantine to try and learn how to do a handstand. I haven't gotten there yet. Wild.
I think there's going to be time, so you'll be able to perfect it before you're back in front of live audiences.
I like that pandemic goal of like having to do a handstand. Mine is to perfect a tuna casserole. So it's very similar stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we're bonding.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't need Kelly in this?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
All right, you two. Stage kittens, listen up. We're still talking. I love this so much. Jessica, where can people find you so that they can, well, two things. This is a legit two-parter. Where can people find you? And are you doing any performances on a weekly basis? Is it sporadic? And have you done anything live since we've been in the pandemic?
Ooh, good questions. So you can find me online. My Instagram is like always the best place for, you know, a show up, thirst traps, that kind of thing.
I love it.
But
I'm going to follow you right now.
I got you covered. But as far as, you know, performing goes, when the pandemic started, I didn't perform for like a month, and then I would say that I perform like once or twice a month on either Twitch or Instagram Live or that kind of stuff. I don't have anything slated coming up right now, but that's been the vibe. I only left like in front of people one time, but it was really, I got hired to do like an event, and they were filming the event at like a big television studio sort of thing. So it was, I don't know, it was a very weird experience.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously so much of what we do is based upon feedback from the audience, right? And so it's so difficult to like take that and then just put it into like my living room or like, so then I was giant television studio with a bunch of people in it, but everyone was dead silent because they were trying to film. And so I was like, super awkward. But that's the only thing I've gotten to take my clothes off for people I don't live with since this whole thing started. So
I think you're doing great then if you've been performing a little bit here and there. I know it's been kind of a strange time, right? Especially if you're if you make your living and you feed your belly and your soul by entertaining people. So I'm so glad that you would come on the show and that Matt told you that that this would be fun. I hope it was fun, and it was so nice meeting you.
yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you. And it's fun because I like making those connections too, that I did see you perform, and I'm definitely going to check out your Instagram. And I already know Kathe is going to, because I think fell in love a little bit.
We talked a lot about how it's different, but there are so many parallels to what we do in terms of like performing.
Yeah.
So I hope that you're able to do more of this consistently, especially right now.
If you want to come back and perform on our show too, I would love it.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be amazing. All right, you make it seem so easy. If someone told me, listen, I'm going to have you wear very little clothing and be on a show, when will you be ready to do that? I would be like 2022.
Right.
I need to
physical is not so sober.
plank squats and get rid of gluten. Those are some things I'm going to need to do. You're so lovely and wonderful. And Jessica, it was so nice to meet you.
That was so nice to meet you.
All right. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming.
Nice meeting you, Jessica.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
That was.
So I did see Jessica perform on Hello World, and Hello World is another show that 2MB produces, and that is Monday mornings at 9:30 a.m. with Matt Fear and Chloe. I always say her name wrong. Zwacker. Matt, can you use your voice and say Chloe's name for me?
Zwiker.
Riker, thank you. And I've known Chloe a long time. And it's a wonderful show. They have a lot of local artists and wonderful folks on. So check out that show, because that's where I saw. That's
amazing. That is amazing.
I know. Yeah. Oh, Matt wanted to say hi in person, and I feel bad that I didn't see that note from you, Matt. And then she was gone. That was really fun. Kath, you've been a wonderful co-host. This is how we end the show. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
So I like to share something. This is a part of the show where I like to, and by the way, if you've tuned into this show, I want to say thank you, because I'm not my best self today, just because I'm a little tired. I'm a little sluggish.
Stop, you were great.
However, you all are hanging in, and I love you for that. And I hope you'll come back next week and check out the show again. And before we go this week, oh my goodness, so exciting. I'm really pumped for this. We do this segment called Be Better. I'm just kidding. That was the segment that we saw with Rita. I just wanted to give her a shout out. Because once we play this video at the end of the show, I think that's going to be our out. So Kathe, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me. This was fun. And I'm very proud of you. This is a really good show, Kel.
It was a fun show. Mike Kaplan was here. Thank you, Mike Kaplan, for joining us. And don't forget to check out Mike Kaplan at Mike Kaplan on pretty much everything. And also, let's hopefully help to push him get that Grammy nomination. Also, we had Rita Ann was here. Rita Ann McNally. If you want to see Rita Ann do any sort of craft, DIY, with her wonderful flair, please email either us. You can either get in touch with us, or you can email her directly at ritaannmcnally92@gmail.com.
She's gonna be my new best friend.
That was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time with that. And then of course we had our guest. You know, when we have a guest like Jessica on, it makes me go, wow. Why aren't we in person anymore? You know what I mean? Like, why? I can't wait to get back to in person, and so that we can see talent back on the stages.
I just question everything, like body piercings and scarves and like everything. I'm just questioning everything now.
I think you need to
natural.
Yes, you need to get something, Kath, during the pandemic to commemorate this time. We would all be getting back to business a little faster. And this is personal commentary. But why have me tell it to you? when we can end on this. A little message from the very sexy, the very adorable Paul Rudd.
Yo, what up, Dogs? Paul Rudd here, actor and certified young person. A few days ago, I was talking on the iPhone with my homie, Governor Cuomo, and he's just going off about how us millennials need to wear masks because, get this, apparently a lot of COVID is transmitted by us millennials. No cap. So Cuomo's asked me, he's like, Paul, you got to help. What are you, like 26? And I didn't correct him. So fam, let's real talk. Masks? Totally beast. So slide that into your DMs. Yes, queens like ourselves. We want to go to bars. We want to drink, hook up, do our TikToks. I get it. I'm not going to preach at you like some celebrity. Ugh. This is a combo where I talk and you shut up and wear your mask. Hello? Oh, hi, Billie Eilish. What's that? You're wearing your mask? Man, I want to stan you. You're so my bae. Yo, listen, hype beasts. Masks protect you and your dank squad because caring about other people is the new not caring about other people. Now that's thick. You want a challenge? How about a stop the pandemic challenge? What about that? What about a save grandma challenge? That fun enough for you? My name is Paul, and I'm 6 feet tall almost. And I wear my mask, and it's all I ask that you wear your mask. Please wear your mask. Just wear a mask. Just wear a mask. It's easy. It's simple. Please. It's not hard. People are dying. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying, and it's preventable. It's preventable. Just wear a mask. I shouldn't have to make it fun. It's science. It's science. No!